going to do another installation. Today we're going to do it on foundation. So we have the piece of plywood off the top of the package. So at this time here, we're going to go ahead and get the queen out of the package in the syrup can. I'm using the magnet, so it works pretty good that way. These bees came out of Georgia. They're Italians. They came from Gardner's Apiary. They shake them in the morning. Steve loads them up in the afternoon, or sometimes a little bit earlier, drives all night up here to get them up so the customer can have the bees the next day. So some of these packages are barely 24 hours old before the customer has them. So we're going to go ahead, we got a spray bottle with some sugar water in it, and we're going to get the bees a little bit of a bounce to get them down to the bottom of the package, and we're going to spray them. This is what we call a soft insulation. So as you can see, we've maybe got 10, 15 bees out of the package. We're going to take a look, make sure the queen's in good shape. Here she is, she's out there running around. She looks good. So at this time, we're going to take and we're going to look at the top of the screen again. This is the candy end. We're going to make sure we take the cork out of the candy end. So always, it's a good thing to have the candy facing you, making sure that you're always taking the cork out of the candy end. We have some people get a little excited and take the cork out of the wrong end and their queen flies away. Not a good thing. At this time, I'm going to stick the nail in the candy. Make sure it's kind of soft. This feels really good. If it is hard, sometimes you might poke the hole all the way through. Be careful you don't hurt your queen. This candy is in good shape, so we're just going to leave it alone. At this time, I'm going to go ahead and take the strap off. I think I'm going to take the strap off. Get these staples out. All right, so now I'm going to set the queen down. I'm going to set the package aside. We've got the plywood on there. You can put the can back in there. There's 2 holes in there. Right this time, we're not going to do that. We're going to set it aside for later. Okay, at this time, I'm going to pull the frame out. I usually like to put the queen on the in between the 3rd and the 4th frame. We're going to put her right about the middle of the frame. We're going to put it to where the screen is facing down. We've got a rubber band already on the frame. This is plastic foundation with extra wax on it. So we got the queen placed on there with the rubber band with the screen down, and you see the bees are on there taking care of her. Put her back in. The bee spacing, when you do this way, usually works out pretty good, so we don't get a lot of burr comb that we have to tear off. So for you newbies, this works pretty well. At this time, you can see the bees are kind of coming to the package a little bit there. We're going to go ahead set things off the side here a little bit, out of our way. We're going to put a spacer box up there. One thing I didn't do is get my feeding jar ready. These bees have no food up there, so at this time we're going to take and we're going to put this feeding jar right close to where the queen is. We want to make sure that there's food there close to the queen so the bees can have food for generating heat, making comb, and take care of the queen all at the same time. So we like to have the food right there where the queen is. It's going to stay in that location until the queen gets out of the queen cage. We'll come back in 4 or 5 days and make sure that she is out. And once she's out, we'll move that jar up on top of the inner cover. So we have a couple blocks in there we're going to set the package on here in a second. We got our inner cover ready to go. So at this time, we're going to hold on to the plywood. We're going to tilt it down. We're going to shake the bees off a little bit, set the package on top of the blocks, cover it up, and as you can see, we maybe have on this one here, we might have 30 bees that came out, and that's about it. So we don't have no 1,000, 2,000 bees out flying around. At this time, we're going to go ahead and put the telescopic cover down flat. At this time, whenever you're feeding on the top of the hive, make sure that the lid is down tight so nothing can get in from the top and do any robbing. So this is what we call a soft insulation. I like this because we don't have 2,000 bees out flying around. They come out the front, do an orientation flight. They know this is home. They can come back to this one right here. They set their GPS and this is home. So hopefully this will work good for you, and enjoy your bees. Thank you.